So far we have discussed the derivative of a function, and we learned that every differentiable function is continuous, but every continuous function need not be differentiable. Yes, when the derivative of a function exists, then the process of finding out the derivative of a function is called the differentiation. In class 11th, we learned the process of differentiation, that is the process of finding out the derivative of certain functions. Yes, we learned that d by dx of a, where a is any constant, derivative of a is 0. Then derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Derivative of x raised to the power n is equal to n into x raised to the power n minus 1. Then we learnt derivative of sin x is cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sin x, derivative of tan x is secant square x, derivative of secant x is equal to secant x into tan x, derivative of cosecant x is equal to minus cot x into cosecant x, derivative of cot x is equal to minus cosecant square x, and derivative of e raised to the power x is equal to e raised to the power x, and derivative of natural log x, natural log means to the base e, is equal to 1 by x. Then we learnt product rule and the quotient rule of derivatives. We apply the product rule when we are to find out the derivative of a function which is the product of two functions. So if I have to find out the derivative of fx into gx, then let this be my first function and this be the second function. Then product rule says that derivative of this product is equal to first function into derivative of second plus second function into derivative of first. Similarly, when I have to find the derivative of a function which is the quotient of two functions, that is fx over gx. Now fx is the numerator and gx is the denominator. So the quotient rule says the derivative of this is given by denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator whole divided by square of denominator. This is the quotient rule of derivatives. Yes, this all you studied in your class 11th. You have to remember these formulas and these rules. They will be used very frequently in this chapter. Now we will study chain rule of derivatives. Chain rule is used when we have to find out the derivative of a function which is the composition of two or more functions. That means suppose I have to find out the derivative of this function f gx. Now if you are able to recall, this is nothing but FOGX, the composition of f and g. So if I have to find the derivative of this function which is a composition of two functions, then we use chain rule. So I'll explain this rule through examples. So let's take the example. Find the derivative of the function given by fx equals sine x square. Now, this function is a composition function of sine function and x square function. So, if I have to find out the derivative of this function, then I will apply chain rule. So, chain rule says, first compute the derivative of the outer function without changing the inner function. That is, compute the derivative of the outer function with respect to the inner function. Now here the outer function is sine function, and we know that derivative of sine function is cos x. So I'll write here cos and do not change the inner function. So I'll write this as cos x square. Derivative of the outer function and do not change the inner function into, chain rule says, then multiply this with the derivative of the inner function. That is, I have to multiply this with the derivative of inner function, that is x square. So d by dx of x square. So I'll get cos x square into derivative of x square is 2x. So derivative of sine x square is equal to 2x into cos x square. Let's take another example. Fx is tan 2x plus 3. I have to find out the derivative of this function. So first I'll find out the derivative of the outer function, which is tan function, and derivative of tan function is secant square, and do not change the inner function. Inner function is this. So I'll get secant square 2x plus 3 into, multiply it with the derivative of inner function, that is 2x plus 3. So it will give you secant square 2x plus 3. Now derivative of 2x is 2 and derivative of 3 is 0. So I'll get 2 into secant square 2x plus 3. Let's take another example. Fx is equal to sine cos x square. I have to compute the derivative of this. So the outer function is sine. So first I'll compute the derivative of outer function, which is cos, and do not change the inner function as it is, into, multiply it with the derivative of inner function, which is cos x square. Right? Now this will be equal to cos x square. Now if you look at this, this is again a composition function. So first compute the derivative of the outer function. Outer function is cos function. Derivative is minus sine without interchanging the inner function. Right? Into derivative of the inner function, which is x square. So I'll get minus cos x square into sine x square into derivative of x square is 2x. Let's take another example. Fx is equal to sine square 3x minus 2. I have to find out the derivative of this function. Yes, first look here. Sine square 3x minus 2 is equal to sine 3x minus 2 whole square. So first we will handle this. So f dash x will be equal to derivative of this outer function, that is 2 sine 3x minus 2, because derivative of x raised to the power n is nx raised to the power n minus 1. Role of x is being played by this. So it's 2 sine 3x minus 2. Now the chain rule says multiply it with the derivative of the inner function, that is derivative of sine 3x minus 2. So it will be 2 sine 3x minus 2. Now again, it is a composition of two functions. So first find out the derivative of outer function. Outer function is sine function, so its derivative is cos, and do not change the inner function, right? Now multiply it with derivative of inner function. So it will be 2 sine 3x minus 2 into cos 3x minus 2 into 3. So which can be written as 3 into 2, 6 sine 3x minus 2 cos 3x minus 2. Let's take another question. Fx is equal to sine square root of sine x plus cos x. So f dash x is equal to, yes, outer function is sine, so its derivative is cos, and do not change the inner function. Now multiply it with derivative of the inner function, that is this function, and it is sine x plus cos x raised to the power 1 by 2. Now this is equals to cos Now first handle this outer function. It's 1 by 2 sine x plus cos x minus half using this formula into derivative of inner function, which is sine x plus cos x. So I can write this as 1 by 2 cos root sine x plus cos x into sine x plus cos x raised to the power minus 1 by 2 into derivative of sine x is cos x and it's minus sine x.